Hello and fuck cape shit. Welcome to another episode of Shittywebcomics Weekly, brought to you by our Subscribe Star backers. Our Subscribe Star has access to all sorts of bonus videos of the deepest lore, the super secret stuff that other
Stuff we
people on
get in
YouTube
trouble
don't
for.
want you knowing.
That's what goes into the Subscribe Star is stuff that we might get in trouble for. So if you want to get us in trouble, you're gonna have to shell out some money.
Better pay us. I mean, technically, not really, but it's the stuff that has the best content.
Yeah,
Unironically, the
yeah.
best content is on our
We're
Subscribe
very
Star.
careful. So if you wanted to get us in trouble, you're gonna have to listen very carefully to whatever the fuck it is that we make.
To every word on the videos in our wonderful Subscribe Star. Only $5 a month for access to all of our videos. $1 a month will still give you access to some of our videos. It's really just a good way to support us, though, because
We also need the support because
we deserve
we're
it
the ones
too.
most in need. Again, this
Because
is something that I was covering.
we tell you the truth where no one else will.
I was covering this a little while ago, but it's really clear and nobody really understands this. Like fucking nobody else has some of this stuff.
Yeah,
The problems
that's
that we
true.
have, like every single one of these people
Well, not just
who's
the
opposed to us
problems.
is a trust fund kid
Yeah.
or like from a wealthy family. All of them are like that. That's what they are. They're the
Yeah, that's
fakest people around.
unironically like some of your favorite YouTubers are like, "Oh, these guys don't even have a trust fund." That's unironically how they present their argument. Not just everything that happens, but that's actually their argument is they have a trust fund and we don't. I have a trust fund. I'm able to buy engagement. They actually talk like that. Why do they talk like that? Anyways, also, it's not just that the other people have but nobody else has the same level of problems that we do. But nobody else has the secret truth. Not even the secret truth. Most of the stuff we talk about is completely public. It's just that nobody else admits to it. So if you want to even be able to hear anyone talk about this, like even people on kiwi farms don't talk about or don't admit to the stuff that we talk about. And I'm not talking about like being J woke or the JQ. I'm just talking about completely average stuff about your favorite e-celebs that we have all the evidence of. We used to post all of it in public, and again,
Honestly,
we've
the
gone
whole
over that many times in the past of
being
why we don't
J-woke
anymore,
kind of larpy at
why
this
we
point.
can't anymore.
A lot of the J-woke people, the J-woke crowd, very larpy.
Yeah, and a lot of them Jays themselves.
Personally, not a fan. Not not at all fucking
Not
larping
really a fan
here.
into the LARPing and the propaganda in general of anyway. Like going around saying that you were chosen by anyone, I think
Especially by
is
like fucking
incredibly Dungeons and Dragons.
you were chosen by Odin of all people. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Where'd that come from? Or some other equivalent of Odin that's like, I don't know, with different letters and different spelling, something like that. But anyways, we wanted to talk about the concepts of comics and just generally using tweets and Twitter for some easy content for a fucking video for the weekly. But there's actually a kind of a good example here of what we've been talking about for many years is that there's the comics these days are bigger than ever. They're more prevalent than ever. They're everywhere. Every meme, every image macro, every every visual thing, like every picture with text on it that you see is technically a comic. And so comics are really bigger than they've ever been today. And
Especially indies.
yeah, but
Especially the indies and especially people who are making these comics for no money.
like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that shit, it's there's a lot of comics, and in fact, some ways, comics that aren't even visual at all. And there's a tweet I saw recently, September 15th, and I'm recording this on the 16th, so it was just yesterday. This guy Logan Dobson. Now I don't know who he is. Some conservative, obviously, but he just makes a tweet in which he says, it's just text, and it says, "Border states, colon, there's a crisis at the border. Blue state politicians No, there isn't. Happy face. Border states, help. Blue state politicians, no. Happy face. Border states, okay, we're going to send some of these folks your way. Blue state politicians, this is a national emergency, you fascists. This is a comic. It just doesn't have any visuals. But you could take all of this and draw it as a comic very easily.
Yeah, it's basically disincluding the art that would naturally be there otherwise.
Yeah, but I still qualify this technically as a comic. It's more of a comic script, I guess, but it still works, and it's the point. The idea of the comic is right here already. If somebody just drew it,
you have to fucking include the actual art, but literally it could just be stick figures saying the text.
Yeah,
boom,
exactly.
You got your fucking comic there.
Yeah, you could just copy and paste the text in, that kind of thing. And you could do it in any manner of ways. You could do a stone toss. In fact, this is reminiscent of stone toss comics already. You could do it the Ben Garrison way, where it's border states is just a person with a shirt labeled border states, stuff like that. But
border states, the fucking other guy with another label on his fucking shirt.
Yeah, that says blue state politicians or whatever. But the thing is that all of it would work in any way, but even just in this way here, this works. And it gets across because it's simplified. You can sort of visually imagine this as a comic already.
Yeah, it would be so easy to make. Again, just stick figures. That's all it takes.
In a way, it shows that people kind of think in comics already when they want to try and get a point across.
And that's with the help of memes. Memes are what did that, not fucking Marvel or DC.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is that comics these days, the comics that are most irrelevant are cape shit and sort of the floppies, the serialized storytelling in a way. And again, there are some really good examples of good serialized storytellings. Our comics, of course, but, I just keep thinking of iconic, Common America just launched Common America 6, and already within the first day it hit $100,000 already without anyone's approval.
Kind of like the, what was it, the fucking Jim Norton, what was he talking about, like a Montreal Comedy Festival or something? And he's like, every time I go there, I kill. And I forget, somebody replied with like, they have.
I think it was Opie. It was like, oh, they're a great audience, and Ant was like, they're so starved for fucking good comedy.
And fucking and Jim was like, absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. And clearly Opie had no fucking clue.
Exactly.
Opie was just so out of touch with the whole
Opie's
point.
Very dumb. Opie's very stupid.
In fact, he's worse off than ever. Things are just going bad for him. But anyways, so I just wanted to show that as an example of, in a way, a comic without the visuals, but it could have visuals easily. But it necessarily doesn't need to either. And then moving on to something that's pretty much completely unrelated is from September 2nd, so this is from a couple weeks ago. Again, just easy content is Manlet Thorin as well. We're just fucking, because I follow him, and most of the time it's like, in a way, this is kind of an example of a comic, but done with just such a different format. And goes to show the idea of comics or memes or a visual joke or whatever, that, it sort of takes you by surprise, or is just funny because of how unexpected the idea or the follow-through might be. But Manlet Thorin saying, I think this Rings of Power teaser might have won me over. For anyone who doesn't know, Amazon has the rights to Lord of the Rings, and they made a TV spin-off show called Rings of Power that's clearly just modern-day, le current year plus whatever kind of shit, where it has nothing to do with the original lore.
Yeah,
in fact,
it looks
apparently
terrible.
Wrong.
I mean,
yeah.
That's the thing is, and again, I think we're mentioning this to you, the previous video or this one, where people just get too angry. They get very LARPy, but they get too angry about just seeing a black person. It's kind of like, and I'm playing Battlefield 1. I saw, when I was trying to replay Battlefield 1942 recently, there's like a mod page where you can fucking find servers and find a way to still play it. And the World War One mod contains like the fucking like text information. It's like it's a World War One style of a battlefield game, but without the white genocide, where the Jewish Russian USSR goes up against the fucking other forces, and it's like this is laying it on so thick, it's downright larpy.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem is when these people get obsessed with this shit, they can't see outside of that bubble. They get way too angry.
Yeah, they kind of lose sight of the whole thing. And the thing is, again, I don't have too much of a problem with them doing that, but it's also like you
No,
don't
I
really
don't.
have much else to say about it, clearly.
Yeah, it's the wrong. People are having the wrong issue with it. It's like this is racism. This is so
Yeah,
racist.
it's
This
the
is fucking.
fucking they're just like that Stone
It's
Toss
gonna
comic.
ruin
It's
my life.
the fucking neo Leninists are the real transphobes and that kind of
Yes.
shit. Anyways, so yeah, Mallet Thorin saying, I think this Rings of Power teaser might have won me over, and here I'll just play it right
But
now.
I was also going to say that you're completely wrong about comics
Oh,
because I've been informed by a fucking fraudulent one of the dumbest people to ever draw breath, who also is basically kept alive with a trust fund. But he informed us that, in fact, webcomics don't count. Webcomics
who
don't
would have
count.
thought?
Memes don't count. Comics are only fucking print comics count.
And this person that you mentioned, is he just so happened? Is he really good friends with a proven cuckold?
Yes, he.
He
I don't
is.
know who you're talking about, but yes, he is.
I'm talking
I
about
don't.
fucking
I don't
Wakeda
know
being friends
anything
with
about what
Tug,
you're talking
basically.
about, but yes, you're right.
Tug, basically.
Fucking, I was going to say it could be Ethan Van Sciver. It
Yeah, that's
could
true.
be
It
himself.
could be
It could be
himself.
fucking any one of a large number of people
Yeah,
involved with
that
it.
that was the real problem. There were too many examples.
There was no way I was going to be able to guess just one. Do I only get one guess?
Hmm.
No way.
Yes,
I'll never
you
get it.
only get one guess. But anyways,
I'll get one guess and I'll get it right. I'll never get the answer
who? Oh,
because
what are
they're
the
all correct.
chances? What are the chances? Anyways, here this Rings of Power teaser that won over Manlet Thorn finally convinced him that Rings of Power probably a good show. Let's check it out now. I'll full screen it when I hit play too. Beautiful visuals. He was getting up to get away, and then he's reaching down. It's so again, Manlet Thor, and this is what leads to the reply here of some guy Sigrid Midreek Pashtunberkrat on the Jianghu scene says, "How does it feel to be far right Twitter's and indeed humanity's maybe top Bob Chipman expert, like the crazy guy with a Necronomicon full of movie Bob lore hiding beneath a dank maze and forbidden library? How do I obtain such power?"
This power.
And Malithorn replies saying, "You need to watch a Game Overthinker over and over again to achieve the level of Bob Lightenment, me, Conan Esquire, and
Bob White.
and the Free Narnian strive to maintain." And it's fucking Giga Chad with a fucking monocle, and for some reason, I don't know how this hair got onto Giga Chad. He also has a pipe and that kind of shit.
How'd that happen?
Is this supposed to be the fucking the hair of the fucking of J.R.R. Tolkien? I don't know. I don't think so. You replied to Manlet Thorin his video there saying, Movie Bob find an onion ring in the middle of his backyard, or finds an onion ring in the middle of his backyard, and makes more compelling cinema than Rings of Power." I
I don't even
also
know. I don't even know if it was a fucking onion ring, though.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
just
problem.
yeah, it just
But
looks like some weird ass prop that's like a
yeah,
some kind of circle of glass. He
just,
probably had it from his
I just
grandma or
said
some
it was an
shit.
onion ring because he's
Yes,
fat.
because he's fat. Um, I reply saying, "You sold me on movie, Bob. I can only imagine how good those Hobbit movies are."
I do still want to see the Hobbit movies, though. Seriously,
Yeah,
although they're
I'm
all
planning.
two and a
I
half
have
hours
it in
long
the
each.
like loaded in the barrel in the Hobbit barrel, if you will. I plan to
The
watch them.
The Hobbit Slam seriously looks like it'll be
That does look
fucking
good, yeah,
delicious.
of course. It also looks like it would be more than I could eat, at least not until if I save some of it for fucking second breakfast or 11sies or whatever.
Everyone knows it would have to be waiting for second breakfast.
Yes. Anyways, that I just want to go over some of this stuff because it's good, funny content and free and easy. Um, So as usual, if you want to see more stuff, go to our subscribe star. So it supports us also. That's always important. And should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.